Hello, welcome to another video and welcome to my March TBR. I don't really know what to read this month. So this TBR I have got actually nothing in front of, I've got one book in front of me which I'm going to aim to get to. I've just been joined by Bella. But yeah, I don't really know at all what I want to read this month. I am going to low-key take part in Realmathon, which is hosted by Casti, Echoes with Casti. I am on the Shadows team because I like the sound of it the best. And our bonus prompts are a book with a black cover, a book with buildings on the cover, and a school setting. But like I said, I'm taking part in Realmathon in a very low-key way. There aren't any reading prompts for Realmathon. It's a very low-key readathon, to be honest. So I can fit basically any book into the points for Realmathon. If I can find black covers, buildings on covers and school settings, it's a bonus, but I'm not kind of like aiming for that. I'm going to try to not put on too much fantasy on this TBR. Just again, I've been in a bit of a fantasy slump, so I don't want to have fantasy too much on it. I am excited to get on romance and thrillers, so I'm probably going to be mainly aiming towards my romance and my thriller shelves. But yeah, I have no clue what I want to read this month. Like, I completely no idea, which might make this quite difficult, to be honest. But I've got my phone with me, so I've got my prompts. I've got Bella right in front of me where I want to build my Jenga tower. But let's build up the tower and get going. I've got my tower built up in front of me, and if you have not seen one of my Jenny's Jengas TBRs before, I'll very quickly run through the rules. Every single Jenga block has got on it a number and a colour. The colours correlate to different genres. I have changed them, so I'm going to have to just remind myself. Red is middle grade or YA, orange is fantasy or sci-fi, yellow is crime or thriller, green is romance, blue is contemporary, purple is non-fiction, historical, classical, basically anything that doesn't fit into the above, and pink is any book. And each number correlates to a prompt. At the start of each round, I shuffle all of my prompts around, so I have just shuffled all of my prompts so they've all going against different numbers. Grab a cup of tea. I pull out 5 bricks and try and find a book for each of them. If I can't find a book that matches the prompt, and the genre, then I can fulfill that prompt with any genre, but I do have to add a pull. So I might be joined again by Bella, who is never very helpful around a stack of bricks. But let's just get going. Pull number 1. With that one over there. Orange 30. What was orange again? Fantasy and sci-fi. Okay. So I've got a fantasy or sci-fi 5-star prediction. So I have got 2 options in front of me. Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sangu Mandana. This one sounds really cute. I've heard good things about it. Is it a 5-star prediction? I'm not convinced. Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I really enjoy Cassandra Clare. I like her writing. I like her writing style. I've given her 5 stars before. I don't know if this one will be a 5-star though. Is there anything else over there? I'm just going to have another look. My only other thought is Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. But I don't know if I'm actually going to read that this month. I think what I'm going to do I think I'm going to put on the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, just because it is fairly short. It's a cosy fantasy, so I think this has got the best chance of being somewhat near what I'm kind of looking for. But again, I'm not convinced I'm actually going to get to it this month, just because of my fantasy slump. Pull number 2. Oh, I've got the middle one down here at the bottom, which is Green 46. So green is contemporary. Green is romance. Excellent. That's what I want. An adaptation. Okay, I can do this. Probably. Right. Bear with me on this one. There is logic. The logic is logicking. I'm going with Learn My Lesson by Katie Roberts. So now normally, by adaptation, I would mean a book that has been adapted into a film or TV. But I am stretching it, and this is a Disney adaptation. This is the story of Megara, Hades, and Hercules. Hey, Bella. Go away. So this is the story of Megara, Hercules, and Hades. I think Hercules is involved, I'm not entirely sure. Megara and Hades anyway. So it's a retelling, which is kind of an adaptation, so I'm counting it as a romance adaptation. It's a slight stretch, but we're going to allow it. My game, my rules. Rule number 3. Let's go with this one here. Whoop. That's Orange 37. That's another sci-fi or romance, which is a random letter wheel. Oh no. So here is a random letter wheel. Whatever it comes up with, I'm going to find either an author, first name, last name, or title that starts with this letter. Please be nice. S. That is workable with. Has to be a fantasy or sci-fi. Okay, this is harder than I thought. Obviously, we've got Swordcatcher. But if I'm being honest with ourselves... Oh my god, it's right in front of me! Ah, ha, ha. Okay, I'm putting on Sharp Ends by Joe Abercrombie. There's the S in Sharp. This is... I need to read this one for March's Catch-Up Book Club. It'll be... Live show will be in the middle of March. It's a series of short stories. I am excited to read it because I've really enjoyed the Joe Abercrombie books so far. Okay, that wasn't as bad as it could have been when I remembered what I'm doing. Pull number 4. Let's go this side. Oh, for God's sake. Orange 2. My game is clearly loving me. The day when I'm like, I don't want any sci-fi or fantasy. What does it give me? Only sci-fi and fantasy. And the prompt is award winner. Do you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. I'm adding a pull, but I am going to put on Happy Place by Emily Henry, which won the Goodreads Choice Awards for romance. That's going on. I don't care. I don't want places on the TBR. Pull number 5. Got one there. That's fairly precarious. Okay, Blue 40. Blue might be crime thriller. No, Blue is contemporary. A contemporary published last year. Okay, that's... That should be easier than I think. That should... Yeah, I'm going to just check the publication date on this one. I think this one was 2023. Yes, okay. Putting on Amazing Grace Adams by Fran Littlewood, published in 2023. It follows Grace Adams, who is amazing. She's a single mum, I think, and just snaps. And yeah, it does sound really, really good. I'm excited to read it. It's contemporary that was published last year. Okay, that means we've got just the one more pull to do because I put on Happy Place. So pull number 6. Oh, I don't think I'm going to get him out. We'll go with that one. That is Pink 49. That is any book. And the prompt is LGBTQIA+. Okay, any queer book. I don't know. Actually, I do know. I'm going to put on One Last Stop by Katie McCriston. I hear really good things about this book. So I have read Red, White and Royal Blue, which was okay. I didn't love it, but it was fine. But I hear good things about this one. So this one is going to go on the TBR. Okay, so I've got my TBR here in front of me, and there are 2 other books that I'm adding on because I want to. So let's go through the pulls. So we had a 5-star prediction, fantasy or sci-fi. I've put on the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I'm not convinced this is actually going to be a 5-star prediction. I'm not convinced I'm going to read it, but it is on the TBR nonetheless. Then we had a romance adaptation, and I've gone with Learn My Lesson by Katie Roberts because it is a sort of Greek myth adaptation. We are stretching it. It counts. Then we are going with then we had a fantasy award winner, and I chose to not do a fantasy award winner and get rid of the genre, add a pull, and I've gone with Happy Place by Emily Henry, which is a romance award winner. It won the Goodreads Choice Awards. Then we had another fantasy with Random Letter Generator, which came up with S, and I've gone for Sharp Ends by Joe Abercrombie. Then we had a contemporary published in 2023, which I've gone with Amazing Grace Adams by Fran Littlewood. And finally, a queer any book, and I've gone with One Last Stop by Katie McCriston. The other 2 books that I'm going to put on are 2 arcs that I've got. So I've got The Catch by Amy Lee, which published in February, and I've got Where Sleeping Girls Lie by Farida Abiki Imende. I loved Ace of Spades, so I'm very excited to get to this one, and I would like to try and get to it before it's published. Published on 14th of March, that might be a bit of a stretch, but I'd like to at least get to it in March. So that is my TBR. So my TBR feels fairly manageable this month. I think realistically I might be more mood reading this month and adding on and like reading books that actually I am wanting to read rather than ones that I like are just here on because on the TBR. In terms of Realmathon, none of these have got black covers. I've got a building on this one, and this one is also a school setting, so that gets me 2 bonus points. I've got a building on that one. And I've got a building on that one. So I've got 3 books with buildings on covers, and 1 school setting. So that gets me a few bonus points. That's brilliant. Like I said, I'm very low-key taking part in Realmathon. I'm going to kind of really use it as a way of encouraging me to read just what I want to read rather than like a specific, you must read these books. I think, like I said, I think I'm going to be more mood reading this month. And I think it's going to be most likely mainly gearing towards romances, but I do want to try and read some more thrillers as well. I mean, I've got a YA thriller with Where Sleeping Girls Lie on there, but I don't know any other thrillers on the list, which I will want to be putting on because I enjoy a thriller. That is my TBR for March. If you have liked this video, please leave me a like, subscribe down below. Let me know which books I should be prioritising out of this stack, if you have read any of them, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!